I think that something worthwhile is if you have a really strong, if you have a lot of masculine wounding, to focus less on living in alignment with truth and stuff like that, and to just make your primary focus love. I think that can be really powerful, because with the masculine wounding, it's like we tend to just slip right into that wounded masculine if we're getting focused on like alignment and things like that. And so if living in alignment brings like a tension in your system, or if you're feeling like staying in the truth brings a stress, that's probably a sign that you're in masculine wounding. Actually, you're in force. And so learning healthy masculinity, it's kind of gonna be the opposite of how your mind tells you to do it, because your mind's hooked into wounded masculine patterns, you know. That's how it learned to like survive and stuff. Yeah, it's like when you get enough love in the system, then alignment is just like a byproduct of love or something. Like if you don't have enough love in your system and you're trying to force yourself to be in alignment, it's never going to work, actually. Not for long. So yeah, it's just like, just love no matter what's happening, you know. And your spiritual ego mind might come in and with a viewpoint of this is aligned or this isn't. It's just like being a loving father. Like the loving father tells the child, like I'll just give an example. Like maybe there's a person you want to reach out to, but you feel like maybe it's not aligned, but you really want to reach out to him or her, and you feel like maybe it's coming a little bit from addiction or like this compulsion, like you have to talk to them, and you can sense it's maybe not the healthiest or whatever. If your inner child really wants to have that experience, one of the things I would recommend is like be the loving father. Like tell the inner child, like, yeah, we can reach out to him or her, or we can go into that connection, but you know, I just want you to know, like, it feels like you're feeling a bit addicted to them and you're having these kind of compulsive energies, but it's like you're giving your inner child like the freedom to have the experiences that they need to have to grow and learn, and you're there just to love them through it, you know. If we try to like force our inner child into alignment or something, it's gonna rebel, just like a child and growing up would rebel. And so a lot of us, maybe especially men, we bring our wounded masculinity to our inner children. We like force them to submit or something. And that's not healthy, obviously. A lot of us were forced to submit, right? Forced to submit to our fathers. And so we learn like that's what we do. We just get the one who is whatever, trouble, a problem. We just make them submit. And like our system is gonna go into repression and we're gonna feel repressed, yeah. We're gonna feel shame, because then we're gonna be making ourselves wrong a lot when we are just, it's actually the flow of life and our life force that takes us into certain things, and it doesn't have so much to do with us, but in that kind of wounded masculine mindset, we can get carried away and get real hard on ourselves. And I know it firsthand. I even had it the last couple days-ish. I had this tension come into my nervous system. I was like, what's going on here? I was like, oh, this wounded masculine personality came in and was like, here's how we do things to be safe. That's why we revert to old patterning and wounded behaviors, it's because they were given to us, and it feels like that's where safety is or something. Or, I don't know. But, yeah. I think that's all I want to say. Like, especially as men, you know? What I find is the more I just love myself, the more of a healthy masculinity it just is. Here's the thing. It's like, you don't have to do anything to be a healthy masculine. It just is. You are that. You're a man. It's pretty simple. It's actually the stripping away of the wounded stuff, and then the healthy masculinity, femininity, just your healthiest energetic signature, we could say. We could even just take it out of masculinity, femininity, and all that. This is sort of geared for men because I'm a man, and so I know this experience, but this could be for anyone, right? That's it. It's just like, and I'm actually seeing that more clearly now too. And then you kind of lose track of it all. Like, who cares? You just love being. You just know yourself as love. Who cares how it's like showing up in the form of what we're calling a human being, you know? That's really the key too. Is like, who cares what you who cares? All that stuff falls too. Maybe, I hope, I don't know what I hope. Yeah, that personality force can be really strong, but it's constriction, it's tension. It doesn't allow love in. It doesn't like vulnerability. It's closed. It wants control. Yeah, it wants control. It wants power, because it feels like if I have power, I'm safe. But it's really can't take any feedback. It's really defensive. Wounded masculine. I guess if you were to read a book on the wounded masculine, those would be the characteristics, right? And it's not like our fault. It's just something that's in us that is being seen through and melted away with love. And it's a lot of personality force and a lot of pain to love away, and it can keep trying to recreate itself in the system. Like, I've had that happen over and over again, where I feel like, oh, the peace of being empty, of letting go of the wounded masculine personality patterns and all that, and then it like recreates itself in a clever way, and I get convinced I need to believe it and need to identify with it, because there's still something in the system like, that's the way to safety, that's the way. Yeah, it's really a safety, security, survival thing. It's like a survival program that can be easily like clung to again and again and again. But the more love there is in the system, the less tolerance there becomes for any like tension or stress or these patterns that are just emanating from fear and survival and force. So yeah. And the wounded masculine, I'm sure it's like running rampant in society in many ways, and people are obsessed with power. Everyone wants power. Yeah, power. What a tension. Underneath that, everyone just wants love. And I guess that's the point of the video, is like, this wounded masculine personality, it just is actually doing all of that underneath it. It's crazy, but it's just lacking love. It just wants your love, you know? It wants God's love. It would never be able to get enough power to satisfy itself. Money, women, men, admiration, validation, whatever. It's like, it would never get enough of it to relax. Maybe it could relax temporarily, you know? But then it would have to like once that satisfaction dissolved, it would need to We need even more. It's just endless stress. And true power that's not even true power, obviously. But love is power, I mean. But love doesn't like seek itself. Well, love, I was gonna say, I guess love could seek itself, but love doesn't seek power because it just is. And it doesn't need to be added to or something. But a personality does. Because any personality structure just comes from lack. I don't know. Wanderings and ramblings from a jungle poet person. Jungle ocean poet person. Just want to put this out into the universe. I love you, Mom, and I love you, Dad, and I'm really sorry. Okay, bye guys.